What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade. And recently, some of you have reached out to the channel asking me to put together an LMG build, so I wanted to put one together around the chill out mask, the Gr9, and Sawyer's knee pads. I've been using this a lot frequently, and it is so much fun to use. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. And remember, we are currently having a giveaway for PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on October 2nd of this year. We are going to jump right into the build breakdown, my friends. However, I want to mention at the beginning of this thing a reminder to new and returning players that this is just a template. There are so many different ways to run with a build like this. The most important thing is to take your time and make the build your own. We will get into that as well as a few other things towards the end of the video. Now, starting off with the specialization, I'm using Gunner for a bunch of different reasons. First of all, love using the riot foam grenades. You're getting a reload speed bonus for every 3 reloads. You're also getting extra weapon handling when in cover. You get that extra ammo pouch, and remember, regardless of which specialization you choose, always have the proper weapons activated in your weapon skill tree. That way you're getting a 15% weapon damage bonus regardless of which weapon you have equipped. My primary weapon for this build is the Gr9 Lmg. The thing is an absolute beast. However, I just realized I used the wrong version once again. I did this in a previous video. You can see I'm using the talent perpetuation. That is a wasted talent on this weapon for this build. You want to use unhinged or optimist. To be honest with you, family, the combination of a new puppy plus just getting over COVID, I made a mistake, put the wrong version of the weapon in the build. But anyway, moving on to the secondary weapon, it's a Scorpio. Love this thing. It's an absolute monster. I try to use it everywhere I can. Just absolutely love the weapon. Now on to the actual gear itself, and you can see we are running 1 Heliguard, 1 Grupo, 1 Walker and Harris, 2 Petrov, and Sawyer's knee pads. Starting off with the mask, it's the named Heliguard, the chill out mask. This is something I've farmed for a very long time to try to get the thing, especially with a role like this, so I try to use it everywhere I can. Now unfortunately, it's no longer in the general loot pool, and if you don't have it, you happen to have a bunch of different options to choose from, my friends. You could use the Catharsis, you could use Coyote's Mask, you could even use a second piece of Walker and Harris, which is going to give you an extra 5% damage to armor, which will completely help the build as well. Moving on to the body armor, it's the 1 piece of Grupo we have equipped, so we get that 15% extra crit hit damage, and pretty much on all these pieces, I'm trying to stack crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and weapon handling, because with this build, having that extra weapon handling really comes in handy. And the main reason I'm focusing on weapon handling is because we're using the LMG as a primary weapon, and it does tend to move a little bit. That's also why I have the talent braced equipped on the chest piece, because with that you're going to get a 45% weapon handling bonus when you're in cover. Next, we have the holster, which is the 1 piece of Walker and Harris we have equipped, so we get that 5% weapon damage bonus. Again, stacking crit hit chance, crit hit damage. Now we move on to the knee pads. And for me, I've chosen Sawyer's knee pads. Absolutely love these things because of the talent Stand Your Ground. You cannot be staggered by explosions, and not only that, more importantly, it increases total weapon damage by 3% each second you are not moving, and it stacks up to 10 times until you start moving. All stacks lost after 10 seconds. Now at the end of this, I'm going to show you a breakdown because this is something you definitely need to get used to. Next, we have our first piece of Petrov, the Contractor's Gloves. No surprise there. LMG damage plus an 8% damage to armor bonus, and we make our way to the backpack. It is the second piece of Petrov, and as you can see here, I'm using the talent Composure, which gives you a 15% weapon damage bonus when you're in cover. Another really popular option is using Vigilance if you want. Again, try out different things, see which works best for you. For my skills, I'm using my 2 favorite, which are the Assault Drone and the Assault Turret, because they are a great distraction to NPC and they put out damage as well. And as we get to the stats, you can see I'm sitting at 54.5 crit hit chance and 130% crit hit damage. And of course, it all depends on your gear. Those numbers could be a little higher, a little lower. Remember, with your crit hit chance, it maxed at 60. So again, if you're around this range, you should be good to go. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, I wanted to show those of you that maybe just got Sawyer's knee pads for the first time a few things you need to be aware of. First of all, it's truly any time you move when you're in cover, you're going to start to lose that buff. So you can see here right now I'm facing towards the right, and everything is fine, I'm about to fire, you'll see that I do get that weapon damage. You can see it actually building up. However, after I fire a few rounds, you can see when I move over to the left or my right, whatever it is, when I move the opposite way, oh, let me shoot a few rounds real quick. So you can see I'm fully stacked right now. You can see that bonus, which has that little circle in the arrow, that it is fully maxed at this point. However, any movement whatsoever changes that. So when I slightly change my direction like that, you can see that that buff starts to go down. So it's not about just physical movement, it's moving from right to left when you're in cover. When that happens, that buff will start to decrease. Now during that time, as the buff is decreasing, you will be getting a weapon damage bonus, but it does get lower and lower as you move down. And again, once you are stationary again, you'll see it start to load back up. So this is a build that's really powerful as you get used to staying in one place. Most of you know by now that one of my favorite aspects about putting these build videos together is the family we have here at the channel. So as always, if you have any different ways you'd like to run with a build like this, please let me know in the comment section down below, as the main goal is to try to help out as many people as we can. With all that being said, my friends, I want to take a moment as always and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel, and once again remind you, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know in the section down below and I will get back to you as quick as I can. At this point, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Nice. That's another one down. Good job, Agent.